Yes. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. My name is Adina. I am your hostess with the mostest and your resident medium, oracle, wise woman, woo lady, crazy lady to some of the trolls, and all the good things. Baddie, okay? Anyways, all of the things. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. I hope that you all are having a good Tuesday so far. It's 11:16 in the morning where I am. So good morning to all of you, um, and all of those good things. Hey, JD, how are you this Tuesday, this day of Mars? If you guys are new here, this is your first time here, and you stumbled here because you don't know what I do, I am a medium and we do readings on this channel. So if that's not your thing, I invite you to leave in peace so that you can continue on having a great Tuesday without being disturbed by my foolishness. And if this is your first time here and you like this kind of thing, welcome. And I believe that you will find yourself in good company amongst my community. To all of my OG viewers, subscribers, busted babies, and bush watchers, I love you and welcome back. Hello, Erica. Feeling way better, JD. Good. Oh, good. Glad that you got that healing energy I sent you. Thank you for the flower, Miss Thompson. That you got this rah when I sent you that healing energy. When I say rah, that's me sending y'all some energy. And you better have received it because I don't rah for anybody. Oh, Miss Thompson, honey bunny, I love you so much. I just like doing that so much. I can't do it too much because I don't want to blast y'all too much. It's Tuesday, so it's extra strong. I got a strong Mars on my chart. It's in the 29th degree. That's a master degree in Virgo at that. Yes. So my it's extra strong. All right. Well, you guys, I was out this morning when I got back home having my little 420 break. And I sometimes tell you guys that I like to have on some random stuff on the background while I'm, chilling, vibing, trying to release my mind, not think about anything too serious. So I just so happened to click on a video on YouTube by a channel called Rapaholics. Shout out to Rapaholics because they inspired me to do Adin Ross today. And they did a video on Adin Ross, and I was listening to it. And I'm familiar with the name Adin Ross. I know he's some form of a streamer, but Auntie don't keep up with that. I say YouTube, you guys, because of my niece. That's how my nieces and used to say YouTube. TT Dina, can you turn on YouTube for me? So yeah, YouTube. Um, and they were talking about some of the horrible things that he said about is it Dochi or Deutsche? I hope it's Dochi and not Deutsche because Deutsche gives me she's Dutch. Dochi give me she black. So I'm gonna say Dochi. Dochi. That's a Florida girl name. Dochi. Anyways, Dochi. Dochi, okay. Because I heard someone say Deutsche and I was like, what? Like the Dutch? He said some horrible things about her, not one, two, several times about her. And I suppose he believed that the new song she released was in response to some of the horrible things that he said about her. And then he said some more horrible things about her. And you know what happened? You guys know what happened? According to that video on Rapaholics, some thug ninjas out there from Compton, from Brompton. Brompton, I don't know what y'all call it. Lord, don't have the gangs pulling up on me. Some thug ninjas from out there in Cali This me crip walking, in case y'all think I'm having a seizure. It's me crip walking and throwing up my... Okay. See, y'all ain't ready for that. Boy, y'all ain't ready for all of that, boy. Anyways. Y'all know I crip walk any chance I get on these lives, anytime we talk about something going on in California. What? Boy. Boy. Boy, don't get me started. Don't get me started, boy. Listen, anyways, all right. So they some dudes out there. Well, I forgot what they called the young man's name, but hey, Sophia. Hey, Sophia again. Hey, girl. But they stepped up. You know what I'm saying? They stepped up. They stepped up on Aiden. They stepped up on homie. And they was like, you ain't finna talk about a black woman like that, cuz. You ain't finna talk about a black woman like that, cuz. We don't care what you is, cuz. We don't care who you pray to, cuz. Abraham, cuz. And we don't care if you Jewish, cuz. If you white, cuz. Then you finna talk about a black woman like that. And I was like, what? Righteous. Right on. And I was very much entertained by that. And so what Aiden did in response, allegedly, was call all his black homeboys, all his black friends, because you know they'd be like, "What? I'm not racist. I got black friends. Hold on." So allegedly, he called up. What's not alleged? Because I heard he was streaming when he did it. He called up academics. He called up Whack 100. He tried to call up Drake, but doo doo doo. Some of y'all don't know about what that sound means because y'all wasn't raised in the era of telephones, not cell phones, but telephones with that doo-doo-doo. And so yeah, he got that. That means the number has changed. The number they not answering for you specifically. It means you blocked or the numbers changed completely. And he called his black homeboys to kind of, you know, kind of, you know, validate them. And academics, he kind of did. Whack 100 was like, nah, he was like, yeah, this dude right here stepped up on me, Whack 100. This dude stepped up on me. And he was like, oh, this dude, oh, nah, he the people. You got to tread lightly, cuz. You got to tread lightly, cuz. So that made me want to do this reading on Adin Ross. I've never listened to any of his content, but since he's got all these Cali thugs, talking big to him because he said, and I heard him, "Hey Q, hey Q, how you doing?" Actually, I've been wanting to check up on you and ask you how you doing, but last time I talked to you, there was a Mrs. Q in town, and I don't want your Mrs. Q to be like, I thought this was just your woo lady. Why is she texting you? How are you doing? You guys, Q is a OOG busted baby. Doing great. Yes, you guys don't even know. Q is one of my OGs. He's been around for a long time, and he don't be in the chat that much because he be busy. Remember I told y'all he was a good man, Savannah? That Q. Yes. A good man, Savannah. All right. Y'all see he say he doing great, so that mean he a good man because this old lady ain't came up off him yet. Okay? Listen. She done crip walked in and she crip walked out. I know that's right. Anyways. So that made me want to do this reading on Adin Ross. I don't know too much about him, but he seems to have some things going on because of the horrible things he said about Doechii. And they were horrible. He was calling her all kinds of stank I mean, dirty black jizz, jizz. I was like, she don't even look dirty. Is it because she dark that she look dirty? Well, she looks pretty clean to me. She actually looks like she wears good perfume. So I was like, dirty? Who- I I I pulled up a picture. I was like, no, she actually be oiled up, real oiled up and shiny. And if you was dirty and you put that oil on top of it, then she would just look cakey and muddy. But it looks like the oil shines through because you have to have a clean layer of skin for that oil to look like that on her. So I was confused about that. Just I don't know her about whether she's a bitch. I saw her being a real mean girl with those umbrellas or to hide her outfit, but I dirty. She's shiny like a penny, like a copper penny. So the confusion set in, but he said horrible things about her. He said she was an industry plant, and I feel like that's safe. But it was the dirty black that I think made them Compton dudes. Hold up, cuz. Let me step let me step up on you, cuz. I think that's what made them step up on him like that. Or step down on him. So let me just see, because he was like, man, I will call the police. That's exactly what I heard that young man say. He said, I will call the police. I have security. I have top-notch security of the world, Craig. And then furthermore, he went on to say, why don't you slide down on some of your ops or something? I said, that is the most passive aggressive white thing to say. Why? I'm just a Jewish kid streamer, a kid Jewish streamer. I was like, not calling somebody a dirty black bitch, and then saying you're just a kid, a Jewish kid streamer. And I have 12 security guards. I will call the police. Is that a threat? I'm calling corporate secure. I said, oh, the privilege of it all. Oh, I said, this smells like green bean casserole in here. It's smelling real raisinette in here in the potato. It's smelling real mayonnaise. Heavy on the mayonnaise, please. So I thought, let me just take a look into Adin Ross and see what's going to come of this situation, if anything, because he is a very privileged young man. And so maybe this won't come of anything. But according to WAC 100, WAC 100 said he got some calls to tell Adin to squash it. So I want to know what kind of calls and who made the calls. And I actually like, I'm so proud to see these black young men use their thug activities for a righteous cause. When they said protect black women, they said say less, homie. That's my that's my Compton accent. In case y'all don't say less, homie, because y'all always look serious out there. Say less, homie, and real tense. But I love that for y'all. Say less, homie, like a pit bull. And y'all know y'all like them bully pit bulls out there. So y'all stand real cocky, just like them. Say less, homie. Say less. Ooh. Ooh. My E4. Y'all, let me get to going because y'all will get me to going. Anyways, all right. Say less. I'm going to keep going. Shh. Okay, y'all. Shh, 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 shh. Y'all hush, hush. Okay. Y'all get serious now. Come on. Okay. Hush, y'all. Come on. Hush. I hear y'all now. Hush. Stop giggling. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, thank you for this Tuesday, this day of Mars. Mars Tuesday is usually a day where most people can be real rowdy, as we see with the topic and the two people that we are getting ready to discuss. It could be a day of madness, chaos, mess, drama, fights, beef, and all kinds of stuff. But I like to channel all of that Mars energy into, you know, something more creative and productive because that's the positive polarity of the Mars energy. So thank you for this day of Mars this Tuesday, and thank you for everyone who's joining me. Thank you for YouTube for being such a successful platform and allowing me to do craziness. And they don't bother me a bit. They just let me be all kinds of nuts on here and they don't say anything. And I love that for YouTube. I love that for them. Please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of the young man that goes by Adin Ross. I don't know if that's his government name, but he publicly calls himself Adin Ross. All right, please allow me to conjure up the young man that goes by Adin Ross, the streamer. Come, come, Adin, come, come. Adin, Adin, what do you say then? Not Satan. I heard my spirit say, did you just say Satan? I said, I was trying to rhyme, but no, I didn't say that. Adin Ross. Adin Ross. Come. You recently got into it with some Cali thugs about some of the horrible things that you said about Dochi. And you said that you would call the authorities if any of them stepped up on you or stepped down on you any further than they did in the chat and in the comments. And I understand. If I had the rights and the power to do so, I would too. No one would ever even be able to breathe a hair wrong in my day. Did you just, security? He coughed on me. He touched me. Manhandle him. I wouldn't use my power that way. But I heard you do. So Adin Ross, talk to me about what's going on currently in your life. You also got some stuff going on with something called Steak and Drake. I think I heard allegedly, because all this is allegedly. So allow me to see what's going on with you currently in your life, Adin Ross. Just let me see what's going on with you in your life. Allow me to speak to your spirit, soul, and collective energy, and I compel you to keep absolutely nothing hidden from me because I'm Black, and you might lie. You might want to keep things from me. Hey, Mo, T Swift bestie. I didn't know I was a Swiftie, but hey, girl, hey. Sure. Everybody says this. Everybody, we got some Swifties in here. So shout out to the Swifties. Hey, now just 6739. Hey. All right, Adin Ross, talk to me about what's currently going on in your life. What kind of stuff do you have going on in your life? And what's the outcome for you based on some of the drama you have going on with the Dochi crew, the Cali crew, and the allegations about you in this stake gambling site thing situation? Now, this is the Cali Thug situation. That's what he's most concerned with. That video that I saw from Rapaholics, he had just posted it an hour before I watched it. So these may be recent events, maybe within the last 48 to 24 hours. So this is that situation. He was saying he has security protecting him. And if anybody pressed up on him, he has the police on speed dial and they would go to jail. So this is him feeling saved by his authorities. Or, yes, saved by his authorities. See how all his authorities, his legal authorities, security, and legal friends are surrounding him because he got himself in a bind. He in a bind, Nate. He need help. Didn't that movie take place, Set It Off, take place in Cali? Sure did. Adin, you better, Adin is Jada in this situation. I'm in a bind, Nate. Nate said, shit, say less, say less. Nate said, say less, Jada. Say less, Stony. I got your bind. I got your help, Nick. Okay. Okay. Hi, Lindy Austin. You're a new name around here, but you key too. You must be a bushwatcher who couldn't help yourself. It was like, what kind of shit did I walk up into? Hey, Auntie Carol. All right. The challenge is he's been pressed and he's shook. He's been pressed and he shook, nigga. He shook, nigga. I said, nigga. I didn't say the N word in my live. YouTube, I said, nigga. Huh. I didn't say that. He's shook. He's pressed. He's got the security surrounding him because he got them goons surrounding him. So he shook it. But the problem is you got yourself into this allegedly. You just took your stick and start whacking Doechii. Whacking her. And saying black stuff, you know, calling her a black bee this and a black bee that. And the black men stood up. They stood up and said, what you gonna do, nigga? We don't care who you is or who you pray to. Abraham or nothing. He literally, the guy literally said, we don't care who you pray to, Abraham or I said, I'm going to do a live on this. My God, I almost fell out of my chair. I choked on the blunt smoke. Literally, I did. That's when I decided I was going to do this. I said, oh, this is serious. They really don't care. They're really saying, we bought it. And I said, God damn it. Ooh, that shit had me feeling away. I said, talk to me. Talk to me, black. Oh, it smells real 60s, 70s in here. Yes, I'm talking about the Black Panther era. Man, I almost took my clothes off. I said, come on. Come on. Come on, Craig. All right. 8 of Cups. Adin Ross seems to have been able to skate out of a lot of weird situations, allegedly, with this 8 of Cups. And he might have even been able to help others. This brings me to that video that inspired me to do him on this channel, who even brought up how when academics allegedly got into that weird situation with that young man on his stream, that Rapaholics channel said that Adin Ross was the first person after that to go onto a stream with academics and kind of step up for him and say people are just hating. They're you know they're you didn't do anything wrong. So because of him wearing this cloak of red, which is power, he's been able to. Now, I don't know about any of the things he's done or said in the past, but this card tells me he may have said or done things and been that may have been sticky and been able to get away with it because of who he is. And because maybe those people wanted to maintain relationships with him. So maybe some of his peers overlook things and let him get away with it. Like some of his black peers maybe allow him to get away with things because of who he is or because of whatever power or clout they may want from him. Which brings us to this and these men taking a stand from the 8 of passivity to the 9 of hold on. Pressure. This is pressure. Nobody's going to do anything physically to him, though. However, behind the scenes, this is going to turn into like a behind the scenes beef. And this young man is going to heavily rely on his Jewish connections, allegedly. So, yes, he's going to take it from outwardly continuing to beef and beef and beef on and say, top pop his ish to when he said, yes, he's been talking to his law enforcement friends, his attorneys, and things like that. He has been. He has been. So, from him kind of getting himself into, some mess being all rah, 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 now he's going to go to his authorities, allegedly. And his connections. He's going to turn into a Karen, so to speak. But there also are powerful people on Dochi's side, which is why these men didn't even flinch about calling him or his connections out. And so this is going to turn into a behind the scenes power beef, which to me is worse. It's going to get stickier, in my opinion, when each other's powers that be step in. Adin Ross feels allegedly, according in my opinion, very confident and bold. He feels like a very successful, confident and bold, powerful, well-connected person, streamer. And so he carries a lot of ego and pride and audacity and all of those things with him. The basis of the magician is power. And in that, he seems to be, in my opinion, controversial. His market seems to be the Black entertainment sector. I don't think he talks about white entertainment or the white entertainers. So he seems to mingle with the same ones or the same community that pressed him, because he seems to have been very controversial amongst the Black community. And I only say that because I don't know I know he's a streamer, but I don't know that young man or any of his stuff. But these ones tell me Black. So he obviously, and since he was talking about Dochi, a Black woman, he maybe makes his living streaming with adjacent to the Black community. However, him being above him and his power and audacity and platform and ego and money and wealth and all of that is above these people. So he feels entitled to do these things because he feels entitled to do these things because of who he is and because these men kind of allow it, maybe. But not these men that are in his challenging position. I don't know if he has a daddy. I don't know who his daddy is or somebody. There is a man. First of all, this is a man situation now. The emperor, all the men are fighting. And this is good because I don't see Dochi anywhere in here, which means that, and we know that this situation came as a result of his comments about Dochi. But the men stepped in. Oh, thank you, Aman. Um, Thank you very much. The men stepped in. And I actually like this. This means the men are fighting. And when men fight, they usually step. So there's power behind it, which is why it's the emperor more so than this. This is how it's been in the past. There may have been some men who spoke out, saying about Adin Ross and some of the things that he says or does. But wholly, there are other men who also supported him, so it didn't go anywhere. In this case, it's gone there. The right men are fighting. And not saying that them fighting is right, but if they feel like they're stepping in to defend or protect a woman, then I'm here for it, because that's what men are supposed to do, especially communities. We shouldn't wait for the police to get there, because by then the person will be beat up, abused, or worse. And I'm of the belief that yes, Black people do need to police our own communities. So this is a movement I personally stand behind. This is where I insert my personal opinion. Black men policing the community, and that means gatekeeping and also holding each other and other men accountable. Because I don't think Doechii ever said anything about Adin Ross first. I think he started out saying that she was an industry plant and then using that to further bash her. And so in that case, she was an innocent woman, and some men stepped up. And then when things got to the Black BITCH, now it's like, okay, you can call her an industry plant. That's fine. You're a streamer. She's a musician, an entertainer. That's what we're supposed to do here. But the other stuff, no, we're not going to do that. So yes, I support that. And it's about goddamn time. Oh, y'all. Ooh, y'all don't know how much. I don't even know what them men that did that, but that make y'all so much more handsomer. Now, don't step to me looking like a critter, because then I'm gonna be like, no, I meant that in a spiritual way, brother. I don't know what them men look like, but that y'all don't know how. Ooh, y'all don't know how that gets a strong Black woman. That make me want to cook for y'all. Ooh, that make me want to tell y'all to sit on down. Mm-hmm. Y'all come on, sit on down. What y'all want? Okay, I ain't make nothing major. Ain't nothing major in there. It's just some fried pork chop. I made some rice and gravy. I made some stewed tomatoes and okra. I don't eat that, but y'all might eat it. I made some corn for me, some dinner rolls, some fresh Arnold Palmer. So the tea is fresh and the lemonade is fresh, and there's some red velvet cake in there. Ain't too much, just a little bit. So, I hope I hope you be satisfied with what we got in there. Mm-hmm. Y'all, and then yes, and what? Ain't it Sunday? Ain't a game on? Here go the remote. Here go the remote control. Turn the game on, and that couch you sitting on, it reclines. So just stick your hand down in the side and push the button, and it leans you right on back. Put your feet up and take your shoes off. That's what that make me feel like doing for y'all men when y'all do stuff like that. And I know y'all be hungry. So come on. Y'all live in Hollywood. I know y'all hungry. Y'all out there in Hollywood. I know y'all hungry and famished. So come on in here. You look skinny and famished. My skinny self, but I'm Big Mama at heart. So, all right. External energy. Here's Doechii. Finally, she steps in. A Black woman. A Black woman. Wands, Black woman. The Black men that stepped, and the Black community that he mixes and mingles with. Black. Wands are Black because it's fire. Catch that. What they call it? Lion of the tribe of Judah. The sign of Leo. What? Fire, like burnt, brown, dark. What? The sun. Who? Mother Earth, earth tones. What? Who said that? All right, so here's Doechii, a Black woman, just being a Black woman, being a star, popping. She's hot, She's got a Grammy, I think. Didn't she get a Grammy? She got a Grammy, I think. She's popping. She's hot. She's doing her Black ass thing. So here she is, external to this, because she's the reason for the season. But the men stepped in, which is why she isn't in any of the center layout of these cards. because she didn't have to fight for herself. The men, the men. She may be Big Mama, but the emperors are fighting, and I'm just here for it. Now, how I'm lying? How's my pack taste? You created that just to insult me in my chat? I wouldn't have the time in the day for that. I'm here because my channel is monetized and because I do real estate. So it's like a machine. I'm actually working right now. As I speak, my CRM is in communication with my entire client list. My entire client list. They getting emails, property alerts, and all kinds of things from me right now, and I ain't got to do nothing. It's called automated. I work smart. You know what I'm saying? I work smart. Anyways, so I'm on the clock. What is you doing? All right, let's focus. All right, so here's Deutsche here. You must be one of them streamer boy bot troll things. Y'all know the bot fallout, the bot Rico that's currently going on right now. Y'all know I did that. I did that. Because it was at some point, and y'all remember now. Y'all, let's go back. My OGs remember. Remember how difficult it was to be on my lives without the immense amount of trolls, and they were very, very insulting. They was calling me the same things that they was calling Dolce, and it was at one point they outright threatened me with violence, said that I could get touched, and it was at that point that I pulled out my sword of war, not my sword of truth. Y'all notice I ain't even had to bring out my sword since, and I said, you know what, I'm tired of we're dealing with y'all trolls. I'm going to deal with whoever is in charge of the bots and the trolls. And then I actually went and I did do my own little ceremony in privacy and peace, because if I say it, then I motherfucking mean it. And y'all caught me by me saying it first, because usually I be done sniped first. And then was just like, I done took care of y'all, so I'm just waiting on you niggas to start falling like dominoes. But y'all had got me in a moment. But I did what I said the very next goddamn day. And then 2 days later, the bot Rico, Spotify and everybody bots got hit up and then the thing. And then I went on my live and I told y'all that I did it. I said, oh, what do we have here? I'm just a quiet sniper, you know, real quiet with it, real demure, real cutesy with it. So yeah, that's that with that. And here's the King of Wands, the black man. Now this is in Adin Ross's hopes and fears, because here's Dochi, the black woman, who's the reason for the season. But on top of her, come on. And in Adin Ross's hopes and fears, come on, Jesus. Come on, black Jesus. Come on, black Santa Claus. The black man steps up. On top of her, he said, hold on, sis. Hold on, sister. I got this, sister. And she said, right on. And he said, righteous. This is real Afro-like. This is real blue magic. Like I went from smelling security and mayonnaise to smelling blue magic and hot hair on a hot comb. It smells real smoky and greasy in here. Real nostalgic. And I'm here for it. Smells black in here with these two cards. It went from smelling like potato salad with a whole lot of mayonnaise and raisins to collards. Smells like exactly what I said I cooked for these men. And I actually cooked that last night. That's why it was on the top of my mind. I literally cooked exactly that last night. Fried pork chop, rice and gravy. I cooked some stewed tomatoes and okra for Brenda. You know, old girl was here, so I made that for her because she said, I got a taste for some. Can you cook me some? corn for me, you know what I'm saying? Some dinner rolls and some homemade, some fresh sweet tea. I didn't buy it from the store in the jug. I brewed it myself and froze it in some lemonade and I mixed it together. Because I'm a Southern girl. I'm a Southern girl. So I eat like that all the time. Anyways, hopes and fears. Adin Ross is the black man that stepped in. Outcome, he's just going to hush. He's just going to be quiet. He's just going to shh. He's just not going to do that anymore. He may still pop it a little bit, but not like he was. Not the burn of the hot comb. Yes. That was triggering. Yes. And then the flinch goes right along with that. Hold your ear. I am. Oh, and then when you got burned, I ain't burned you, it was the heat. That's what my grandma used to say, burning the hell out of me. Talking about, I ain't burned you, it was the heat from the comb. No, bitch, that was the comb. I know when a comb is laying on my skin. The problem was she was still asleep, getting me ready for school while my mama was at work. Right, hold your ear. Burning the hell out of me talking about that was just the steam from the heat from the comb. Bitch, I felt the metal. What do you mean? Anyways, he's just gonna, yeah. It's gonna be squashed. So he may still skate around it just to prove that he didn't get the call to squash it. But he's, for the most part, not going to go in unprovoked. And since he never was provoked, then he's not going to go in like he was. He may have actually went into his authorities and things like that and his attorneys, and they may have said, listen, the problem, Adin, is I see that your Jewish friends have relationships with these people too. And so they rather you guys just squash it. Just squash it because they've got, but they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that because you're just a kid to actually, even to your authority friends, you're just a rich kid. And it's because you're a rich kid who happens to have the privilege, skin color, and religion for protection that comes with it. But these are all grown men, including the authorities, including your attorneys, including your security, who probably know that you're an obnoxious, rich, privileged kid. And it's like, just hush. Just squash it. That's a man, baby. Snake, that was friggin' funny. Oh my God. That was funny, even though it was supposed to be insulting. I'm just now seeing it as an insult because I registered as they were saying that Adin Ross is a man baby, so you get blocked, but that was freaking funny. It's funny when you guys insult me and I don't get the insult. I take it as a joke. I gotta block you because I found out you was trying to shade me, but when I read it in the context of my reading, it was fucking funny. So cheers to you for getting blocked on a joke. Okay. So yeah, all right. So let me look at the outcome so I can move on to Tasha K. Now, didn't I just read on Cardi B yesterday? And then I said, now, Cardi B, did you call that lady or have you been in contact with that lady? And then I said, you're going to get attached to this because the devil was her outcome. And for her man, I said, oh, this is going to get messy. And then almost, yes, fake hair. Get the fuck out of my chat. It's fake hair, okay? Like everybody knows that, but you took the time to say something that everybody knows. And that's what makes me think you guys are remedial because, yes, it's fake. It's supposed to be fake. I bought it so that it's not my real hair. Okay, you guys must be streamer bot kids. You guys go bathe. Y'all always coming in here musty after being on the line in those chairs in y'all dark rooms with all the TV monitors and stuff for days and days on end, just chair rotting, musty, stank, filthy. Y'all always come in here trolling me, and your energy smells like go bathe. I'm a medium, so I never say that, but every time y'all come in here, it's just musty and stank. Like, go bathe somewhere, please. You've been trolling people online professionally for days, because the more you troll, the more you get money. But it, goodness gracious, take a gosh darn bath. Even trolls take a gander down into the creek every now and then. Underneath the bridge, where the creek, the stream, even a troll will take a gander into the creek. Go splash around and dig for me gold. Oh, goodness. It's so funny how even internet people have a scent to their energy. And y'all's, of all the scents, musty, y'all choose musty. Ace of Cups, that's the outcome. Oh, yeah, it's going to get deaded. It's going to get deaded. I'll claim that. LeBron is a rich as fuck black man. So I'll claim that. I said he's going to squash it. It's going to get deaded. Just like these computer bots. The powers that be, the higher up stepped in. Because look, they are on both sides. And this could get ugly real bad. So Adin's going to cooperate. And looking right at these cards, LeBron James doing tarot, like Dr. Mummy the Troll said. Black power. The powers that be are going to tell Adin, you don't want no smoke. So just dead it. Some of these hitters is eye hitters. So just calm down. I don't need to be a line from other tarot readers. What a line from what? I'm not a cards. I could have told y'all this 30 minutes ago. This is for the entertainment, honey. You guys are weird. All right, since you guys are bothered by the black power, let me clarify this black man sitting here. Just to drive it home. Just to drive the blue magic home. You know what? These men have various connections behind the scenes in the shadows that Adin isn't privy to. These gang ninjas are used for various reasons by these connections. And they may make money for the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? They do listen. And that's why it's like, Adin, you make money for yourself. Us and these ninjas, we got our own situation going on. They provide value. So that's why it's deaded, because the right ninja stepped in. And that's that with that. That's enough. Moving along. I'll give the trolls a break because they're over there giving themselves aneurysms by me telling them that the right ninja stepped in. So Adin Ross had to step out, or will have to step out. And don't believe me, just watch it. Just watch them. Watch them say less and less. Less and less. Less steamy. He'll still say, but it'll be less steamy when it comes to those people. He'll become real cutesy and demure. But just wait on it. Anyways. Tasha K, in the light of our March, God damn it, Mars Madness streamer edition, Tasha K is in a situation with Cardi B, and I'm only reading Tasha K because somebody asked me to read yesterday Stefan and Cardi, and I was like, I don't want to read Cardi B. Let's read Stefan. And then after I read him, I said, okay, I'm hungry, but I'll see how Cardi B feels about all of his legal situations. And that's how we came up with, being ahead of the stuff that actually came out. So ironically, she diverted her attention to Tasha K, and I don't even remember how that happened. But anyways, let me read Tasha K because she was one of the targets of Cardi B's responses, her spicy responses yesterday, and then Tasha K responded as well in a way. I don't think she can address Cardi B directly, but she made a response kind of defending herself without saying anything about Cardi B. She responded by defending herself against some of the things that Cardi B said. So let's take a look and see what's going on around Tasha K's energy and how this situation. When I listened to Tasha K's response, she gave a very humble response. And I don't think it was humble because she had to dance around Cardi B's name. I think some of the things that were brought up because her past with sexual abuse, Tasha K's past with sexual abuse may have been brought up in some way. I don't know. So she brought that up. And, when I was listening, I was like, these women really, 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 really have such deep-seated issues with each other, and they need couples therapy. That was that was my solution in my mind. I was like, they need couples therapy because they both hate each other's guts. And it's like, how are they still arguing with each other and nobody can even really talk about each other? But how are we still here? And I get the out, but the energy, they need a cord cutting. Somebody needs to come and say, hey, to a woo lady, and do a cord cutting, the cord that cut that energy link of hatred between them. Somebody has to force that energy to stop because they're going to continue to hate each other. But that active energy between them, that active friction, the movement between them that causes friction, that brings these beefs continuously. People hate each other all the time, but hate each other, in memory. I'll never forget what that bitch did to me, you know, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, and I'll hate her forever. But it was 6 years, 10 years ago, and I don't even see that bitch. We're not in each other's spheres. Somehow there's still friction against each other. There's still movement with each other. And I'm going to say, because Tasha K has a platform where she talks about entertainment media, she uses that to talk about topics around Cardi B, and she could easily just stop talking about her at all. That would be the way. That's the energy and movement, the friction, the two tectonic plates rubbing up against each other that causes earthquake and volcano. If even one of those stop moving, the other one could just move away. If one of them moves away, the other one, it just would stop the friction and there would be no more volcano. Now there would be a divide, but that's okay because there needs to be one after everything that happens. In my opinion, Tasha K is the active force because Cardi B is not in the position as a musician to talk about Tasha K as a streamer. But Tasha K as a streamer is in the position to talk about Cardi B as an entertainer. And she does not say her name. She used to say stuff like my sister-in-law. So she would still talk around Cardi B without saying her name. And in my opinion, because I'm not anti Tasha K, I'm not biased in this matter at all. Um, I give my heads up when I assert my opinion. So in my opinion, it's Tasha K that could easily just move away from talking about anything Cardi B related because she's still a successful platform without talking about that kind of stuff. And in my opinion, it only draws negative energy to her platform when she talks about Cardi B because of their past beef. When otherwise, she seems to do well for herself. So she doesn't really need to talk around her situation. She could just ban anything Cardi B related and still do really good. But that's where my opinion ends. Um, so, Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Tasha K. Tasha Kibi, I believe, is her name, but she publicly goes by Tasha K. Thank you, James. Glad to see you too. Tasha K. Spirit, please allow me to speak to the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Tasha K, not the ego center of her spirit, soul, collective energy, and please compel her to speak her soul's truth to me. Allow me to see into her soul's energy. Tasha K, talk to me about the situation that you have going on with Cardi B. You guys are in another beef. She directed some shots at you, and it's my opinion that you responded, not by saying her name, but you responded to some of the things she said. You addressed some of the things that she said about you. Talk to me about this situation that you're in. What's going on also besides this situation that this situation may affect? And how will all of this end for you? How will this situation with you and Cardi B be resolved? Tasha K feels like it was all in a day's work. She feels like I'm just doing my job. And Tasha K has admitted that thank you, James. Thank you. Welcome to 2026. She's admitted that she's messy. It's a part of her brand. It's a part of what she does. She says, I'm messy. I'm not a friend to any of these celebrities. And so because she says she's messy, then she sees any mess that she gets into as a result of her job, as a part of her job, and all the better for her job. Tasha K will monetize or look at any attention surrounding her platform, even if it negatively affects her, even if it hurts her feelings, she will try to capitalize off of it and monetize on it. So in this present moment, I don't think she's crying or her feelings are hurt. I think she sees herself as turning this into monetization for her channel, clicks and views for her. She even said, like, I'm in the search bar now. So she kind of says that one of her things is she'll say anything to make a headline just to get in the search bar. And she admittedly does that. So for her, all of this stuff is all in a day's work. The challenge is this King of Wands here. Stefan Diggs. Now, I said yesterday when I asked to see how Cardi B felt about his situation, I said that he was going to kind of not outwardly defend himself, not, speak to the allegations of the people. And I said Cardi B and her team are kind of going to help him on this situation and help him deal with these things. And I said, because Cardi B has a lot of experience with legal matters and thing. And then she admittedly came out in her rant against Tasha K by saying, I'm not going to allow you to mess with any of the people around me. So this came as a result of Tasha K's commentary on Stefan Diggs and his situation. Her and Cardi B have had issues in the past that have caused what I said should have been that great divide between them. Because legally, and this is a Gemini card, so that Mercury rules legal things, matters of documentation and communication. In some cases, lawyers, I think they have a gag order to not speak on each other. And after their court trial against each other, after Cardi B's win against Tasha K, that should have caused a great divide between them two. Tower in reverse, Tasha K is going to, I'm going to say that I think she's very careful with the way she handles her commentary. And I think she walks the very fine line intentionally. I think she goes as far as she can without going to the point of having anything that anyone can really use to hold against her in court. I'm going to wait till I get to the outcome to say what I think this means, because I would say that this might mean that she might just by the hair on her chinny chin chin avoid another defeat, legal defeat, because she walked a fine, like just barely. Tasha K, I do believe that she pays her bills seeing this. So I do think that a part of her bills are payments to Cardi B if she has to make that in a bankruptcy. But since that's I guess, a package of debt, I do think she makes payments on her debts. She hasn't paid anything in full, but I do think she consistently makes payments. And one of those payments is her legal and attorney fees. So I think she also, after this situation with Cardi B, learned a valuable lesson, and that is to keep in close contact with her attorneys, keep them paid. I think she'll miss her rent before she misses an attorney payment, because she intentionally walks a very fine line on her platform. So she needs to make sure that every little thing she does is just barely legal, in my opinion. And I think in that regard, she may be able to come out of this beef with Cardi B without being railroaded. I think due to that loss, she'll never forget it. It was a valuable lesson to her. I actually like that what seemed to have been a defeat, she sees it as a lesson. So she still is with the shits, but she'll just barely toe the line. Although Cardi B does want to take her all the way down. And Tasha K, I advise you, I ain't your attorney, but I'm a spiritual attorney. So I advise you to dead it. Just dead it. Because your platform doesn't need Cardi B or Stefan Diggs. You talk about so many other things. And your community of winos are actually, in my opinion, older than Cardi B and her stuff. Like your winos are in their 40s, late 30s, early to mid 40s and up. So they don't even have this kind of stuff going on in their lives. So just dead it. Because Cardi B wants to, if she can, you might skate out of this without her being able to do something to you in court and win, but just barely. And she would want to. She would want to put the full pressure on you. She would, her and Trayvon Diggs' team would be trying to see what they could do to dead this for you. She said she wanted you to die owing her. That's exactly what this is. Death. Debt, debt. Debt, death. Because it's a Scorpio card. And I'm not going to go into the esoteric meaning of the eighth house in Scorpio, but debt falls into the eighth house, which is ruled by Scorpio. So anyways, she means that. She wants that for you. Hopes and fears for Tasha K is going as far as she can without getting in trouble. So even now, she ain't shook. She is or already consulted with her attorneys, and she knows what she can and cannot say. And whatever she can say, she'll say. Outcome, the moon. The moon is a Pisces card. Tasha K is a Pisces. So the outcome is Tasha K being Tasha K. Tasha K knows what not to say and what to say, which is why it's a card of secrecy, because she knows what she can't say and what she can. Again, another Pisces card with the High Priestess, with the Book of the Law, the Torah in her hand. Tasha K knows what she can say legally and where she has to stop talking, because it might get her legally in some trouble. So Tasha K will be Tasha K, and she'll stop when she knows she has to. But listen, she gonna put her toe on that motherfucking line. She gonna put her toe on it. It's like their teams are growling. Look, this is them coming out the waters, waiting to just snip, snip. And this is Tasha and her husband, howling at the attorney, looking up the attorney, saying, we can say this, we can say this. And the attorney said, yeah, you can say that. No, 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 you can't say that. So I don't think this crab is actually going to sting. She knows that she's just towing the line, too, of just being barely legal with the things she says when it comes to getting sued. And this makes me not agree with Tasha K, because this is a Libra card, so this is Cardi B. But this is the imbalance that I was talking about, the shifting of the two plates. This scale, Cardi B won, and that experience should have made you not even want to talk about anything that has to do with her anymore, just radio silent. But you like to tip the scale, Tasha K, which is why I said Tasha K will be Tasha K, and she'll say what she knows she can, and she won't say what she knows will get her sued. But what she can say, she'll say it. She likes to tip the scale and toe the line of just barely being legal. And energetically, that's illegal, which is why things like drama and Cardi B and her team waiting for you at the door to slip up. Nobody wants to live a life where they constantly have being potentially sued, constantly lingering over them. But in this case, Tasha K does. And she admittedly said she makes a living like this. She knows she's messy. So this comes with the territory, but in the same sense, her loss with Cardi B taught her how to just toe the line. God bless you too. See you later, James. Now, energetically, from a spiritual perspective, this is illegal, because the win was to tell you the spiritual meaning behind her winning in the physical realm was to tell you to leave her alone, because it went beyond you just giving commentary about current events. It did go into something imbalanced, something biased. So that's where spirit stepped in and says, this isn't right. We was with you when you was just doing your job, but then you start doing more than your job. That's why she was allowed to win in court, because energetically and spiritually, you had already crossed the line. And you'll continue to just cross the line of just barely getting sued. And Cardi B, as it relates to Cardi B, she'll always be waiting for you to slip up. All right. That's that with that, Tasha K. That's what Tasha K has going on. She's an open book, actually. Because everything I just saw, I've heard her say, even in her response to Cardi B. So, and I've heard her say it many times. So that's that with that. Cardi B will have to deal with Tasha K. And it's my, if Tasha K was my client, if she ever came to me for a consultation, which I'm sure she wouldn't, but if she ever did, I would, even if it wasn't about Cardi B, I would take the opportunity at the end of whatever else we talked about, just before we hung up, I'd be like, oh, and one more thing for free. Please leave that lady alone, because I know you pay your attorney to keep you right on the line, but you could just avoid having that one issue, that one op link hanging over your head. I hope she does go radio silent. The moon could be, she could choose to go silent. But at the end of the day, Tasha K and her brand is messy, and I think she toes the line. All of this is alleged. I think she toes the line, and I think her past legal losses taught her how to toe the line. And she'll continue to make that her brand. So good luck to everybody involved in all of these situations I read. I don't wish any harm on anybody, not Tasha K, not Cardi B, not Adin Ross, not Doechii, and not even the Thugs, but Black Power. Bye.